Educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Hi folks, Basil Chapman here. This is the Tiger Technicians Hour at 10:06 on Monday the 23rd. We're looking at, let me just show you this. This is the E-mini. It went to a peak G in the Chapman methodology right at 4 o'clock on Friday. And then it just kind of held. And then it opened on Sunday night, stuck in a very narrow, how long can a narrow trading range last? A narrow rectangle formation, a lot longer than your patience. And then what it does sometimes is it pops just above the trend line resistance and then comes back, takes out halfway of the rectangle formation support, and then it tests the left side low, sometimes even goes quite a bit below it, and then it comes right back in. Well, it did that. So we've got this huge rectangle formation. It pops up to a leg D in the Chapman methodology. Oh, I wonder if I should do that. Yeah, I'll do that. In the Chapman methodology, we're always looking to identify the lowest low bar. And if you can get a very strong peak A and then leg B starts, you can upgrade to a buy mode. That should take you to at least a D. Well, here we are at a D in the 10-minute chart. This is the E-mini March contract. And look what we've done. We've gone to a peak F. Remember we had an F in that very long rectangle formation at about 3 o'clock this morning, Eastern time, before pulling back into the rectangle. That's in the 10-minute chart. And now we've just done that. But I have to tell you, with the semiconductors finally moving, with the QQQ, the index 100 small caps starting to move nicely, with the QQQ index 100. When I went through my work and when I showed my subscribers to my opening call on our video, and I can't remember how long it was, maybe almost an hour on Fridays, on Saturday morning, I do a video for them to go through. And I was looking at all these different sectors and different stocks. I love what's going on, only because on Thursday and Friday, when the Dow was starting to pull back, Wednesday and Thursday, the others held beautifully. And that's what you want to see. You want to see the team moving together. That's when you produce the best results. And here we are. Now I'm going to just go through these things real quickly because I've already done it at the 10 o'clock update. So here we go. The reason why on Friday morning before the opening, I said, let's add to our UDOW, that's 3 times long position as a trading position, plus other things that we've got. And one of the reasons is, although it went into a sell mode technically on the Chapman methodology, there were so many aspects to the weekly chart that was still really strong that it seemed to me that even though the Dow could lag a little bit, even now it's only up 0.2%, while the S&P is up 4.4. Now, let me go through these one at a time. And you can see that there's a real catch-up going on. But that's what you need to do. You need to see on this I call them upside consolidation phases, where instead of breaking down with everything coming down, what you get is you get some sectors that were very weak starting to show strength, some sectors that were very strong starting to show weakness. And that's just on a very short-term basis. And let's go through this. You've got the Dow up 71, not bad, 33,447. You've got the S&P. At this moment, the S&P is up 18, that's very nice, 18 at 39.91, stalling right at the 200 period moving average. We've seen that. You want to see by Friday the 40.48, 40.52 area, not the 39.34. You want to see it up, pushing so that this 200 period moving average finally becomes decent support instead of just 4 days up and then a massive move down, or 1 day up back on the 13th of December and then whoosh sharply down to 37.50s. Now you want to see building higher highs and higher lows. All right. Can it do that if you've got a couple of conflicting aspects going on right now, which I'll get to in a moment? QQQ, NDX 100, very nice, up 3.17 at 285.89. And this is really important because you want to start tackling these really ugly candles. The candle of the 13th of December, big pop to the upside, a lousy close, and then followed by a sharp move down, going all the way to the 259 area from 296. And that candle of the 14th is our next vehicle of identification. And that has a low of 283 and a high of 291. And we're trading at 286 right now, trying to get back into that candle. But this is important. Look at the weekly chart. How many times have I shown this? Just on and on and on and never broke out. But wait a minute. Is this the week? Is this the week? Yes. Look at this. Here's the QQQ. NDX 100 trading vehicle. And we're looking at the test. A green candle. Of course, each one of these at some point had a green candle as it hit the green outside trading line of that inside wedge target repellent zone. Here we are. The MACD is good. Stochastics running nicely. On-balance volume is finally running steadily. The 9 is still underneath the 14-period moving average. Is this the week that the QQQ tries to tackle the candle of the 16th of December and tries to get to the 96 area? I think this is the week. I think it's the week. Look at this. IWM, Russell 2000. Third week, it's above that line, and you've got the 9-period moving average in the daily chart is finally, the weekly chart is finally turned up. MACD is good. Stochastics up at 84%, fabulous. Don't like this flat on-balance volume. It's a negative, but price is the arbiter of the trend, and so far it's above the inside track repellent zone. Look at the, I want you to go to the S&P. S&P, tackling for the third time in 3 weeks, tackling that green outside line. Start trading above it. That's really important. So you can see the reason why I'm liking this market very much and why we keep wanting to put more and more money to work. Very important. Looking at the IWM right now, IWM is up 1.26 at 186.28. Just yes, this Chapman wave inside track repellent zone in the daily chart, which is lower than it is in the weekly chart because this goes back all the way to the high that was made back in November, the week of the 12th at 244.46. I would say 244.46 down to 170 is somewhat of a decline. All right. So now we've got a really decent rally, and we're looking at what was the low. Actual low was 160, double bottom. 162.50. Oh, I forgot to type that in. Now, I'm going to go through something that I've been discussing here for I don't know how long, 162.50. Look at these double bottoms. You've got 162.78 in June, and in October, the week of the 14th, you've got 162.50. It goes under it by 28 cents, and then it has a decent rally. So this is, to me, very important. Now, in that context, look at the dollar, DXY. I've been talking about this for months, actually, and then weeks, and now days. And I've been saying the low that was made at 101.30 back in June, the week of the 4th of June, that was in 2022, we came within pennies here again. 101.53 was the low four sessions ago, and we're trading now at 102.23. That's going to be very interesting. I'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the market's open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
So on Friday, I had mentioned, as I was wrapping up the show, I said, is this going to be another one of those two-click sessions? I love two-click sessions. So here we are in that lower part of the rectangle, trading the 3980s in the E-mini. And at this point, you're at 4,017 in leg D. But remember, keep in mind that as long as that 9 is above the 14, it's just a really good sign. Yep, there are other techniques to use, but this one at least is something that I would use in just the very short term to say, wait a minute, is there anything that's going to give us clues that this can actually last through part of the afternoon or maybe all of the afternoon? You don't know yet because it's sharply above the 9-period moving average. The 9 sharply above the 14. The MACD is just getting to the 9-period differential. It's getting a little overbought. And the stochastic is up at 87%. So these are all signs to me that say, so far, so good. I wanted to do this quickly to show you something else. Let me see. I didn't get to it. I'm going to do it right now. Look, the gold... The reason why I discussed gold, and for subscribers, you know that I was looking at this wedge and I said, I don't have, there are so many different, I've read so many different technical analyses where you've got the expanding rectangle formation. My thinking always is that it's just telling you that you're broadening the range and you're making higher highs, but you're also making higher lows. And that's just saying that, in fact, it looks like a candle that could very much be like a doji candle where it's uncertainty and you have to wait for the next, like that candle right there in the gold contract, candle of the 10th of January. Very narrow, very small, looks like a plus sign, a doji candle, 1885 and 1872 are the ranges. Very tiny, and then it opens and closes almost at the same. Oops, was that the day? 85.72, yes, and then it closes. It opens at 1875 and it closes at 1876. And that tells you, okay, stalling formation is a moment of indecision in the market. You have to break to the upside or break to the downside to give you the next clues. As this is the moment, this is a refueling stop or it's a running out of gas stop. Well, this continued higher. So basically what we're looking at here is that if you look at the MACD, it's just starting to turn down. If you look at the stochastic, although it's still positive, if you look at the stochastic, it's now at 85%, still strong. If you look at the on-balance volume, yes, it did get overbought about 4 or 5 sessions ago. Now it's pulling back. Nothing big deal, just pulling back. If you look at this gray line right here in the daily chart, that's the relative strength. Fabulous, still up at about, I'm guessing it's about 68%. 9-period moving average, way over the 14. So to get a change here, you'd have to say, what's the weekly doing? Well, the weekly too is the on-balance volume is the only overbought area that we've got. Everything else is just terrific. Weekly, monthly chart, let's forget about that because it hasn't even, the MACD hasn't even crossed positive yet. So looking at everything that we have here, let's do something else. Let's go to a Chapman wave, automatic resistance and support levels. And there you are. What do we have? 1939 is the automated Chapman wave resistance level for gold. The green ones, it's the wrong way around, but I've never been able to change that. Green is the resistance levels here. 1938.50 is the resistance to the weekly chart. There are no supports unless you get to the 120-minute chart, which says 1918, 1914, 1915. So that's kind of almost where we are. And that's just saying if you break those levels, you can go lower. And if you're looking at silver with the automated Chapman wave notations, look at the silver's down quite sharp. You look at all the resistance levels in green, and the cyan-colored ones are the support. Now the only support left is at 2270, and we're trading at 22.84. So let's go to this on the white background charts, and you'll see the, oops, that's the wrong one. That's the E-mini. And now look at this. You've got silver. This is a continuous contract of silver. You remember I spoke about the narrow rectangle formation, and that sometimes in the narrow rectangle formation you can go to a D, E, or F just above the resistance line, and if you come back and you take out halfway of the rectangle formation, be careful because you can go right through. If you don't hold the support, you can go right through with the next level of support after that base level of 29, I think it was 2320, is now 2273, the low of the 16th of December. And we're about to tackle it. So the rectangle, long, narrow rectangle formation is breaking to the downside. Now for fun, because I did this last week and I said, I'm beginning to see strength here in the dollar. Not huge strength, but just counter trend strength. Look at this. Here's the dollar. 101.53 was the low on 4 sessions ago, something like Wednesday or so last week. Well, 101 was the low back in June of 2022. Spikes up to it rallies up to 114.78 on the dollar contract on the week of the 30th of September. Plummets back down in a pyramid formation. Nothing here. There's no, look at that. That's a waterfall cascade. But if you just look at the number of bars on the left and the number of bars on the right, pretty much even from the midpoint, the plumb line. I use this as a plumb line, a technique that if you are a Chapman wave subscriber, a subscriber to my opening call, you'll see all the Chapman wave techniques. I've got umpteen videos on these things. So look, here we are. We went back, we tested 101.53 last week. And now this is the time that you can see some kind of a rally because why? The EUR USD, euro dollar currency pair, has spiraled to peak, a brand new peak A, peak B, peak C. Whoops, let me just change that here. Remember on Friday I said, I'm not sure about the notations. I needed to do it over. Well, I didn't do it over. Forgot about it. And there you are. You got your peak E, which I had said before. Let's measure it from the left side to the right side. The vertical said it's a little bit weaker on this right side, so it pulled back further. Then it ran up again, and it went to what? It went to buy signal, to peak A. A peak B goes up to a buy mode right there, and then it goes to a C, and it goes to a D, and this is a leg E. So this is just saying that in the context of the technicals, the MACD is just okay. It's not great. It's way weaker than it was way back in December when it was running to highs there. The stochastic is good at 84%. The relative strength is kind of good at about 61%. But 9 is still above the 14. It is a leg E. Now, you remember we were talking about the downside measurements? Well, look at the upside. The upside that I chose as the left side test was right here. And on Friday, I discussed this, and I said I should go to the week of the 22nd of April with a doji candle with a high of 1.093. And what did we get to last week? We got to 1.092. So here we are. This is exactly where you'd expect. And I said the technicals are so strong, I can only say that this is just like a little digestive moment. Why? Because weekly chart flat at 94% in the stochastic, that's fabulous. That's what you want to see. So I'm thinking we've got a chance now. USD JPY, this is the yen, JPY, a chance for the yen to have a bit of a rally. There's this rectangle formation. I'll draw it in and I'll give it to you when we get back. And it says, you know what? We can have some kind of a counter trend move. Dow is up 188. We'll be right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, just writing down all the questions. There's tons of questions this time. I don't want to. I'll go straight from the first one. Zip asked about. Well, I didn't finish. USD JPY. This is the rectangle formation. You can see the MACD finally turned up. The stochastics are now 23%. I don't get the on-balance volume here, obviously, because it's like an index, basically. But look at the beautiful left side, right side price time match that you've got. It's a little higher than the left side high of June. Was it May or June? I think it was June the 3rd. The week of June the 3rd at 126.86. The low that was made just the other day on the January the 16th was 127.22. So that says it could rally if it breaks out of the box. In other words, goes above 132.50. It's trading 130.50 right now. You can get some kind of a rally. So I think I've covered a chunk of what I wanted to do. Okay, here we go. Zip wanted to know about TPR. This is Tapestry Inc. Coach Kate Spade, Stuart Weitzman, Women's Wear, etc. This is a fabulous move. It's gone to a Doji Peak C. It's holding the 9-period moving average is way above the 14. The MACD is good. Stochastic is at 89%. The on-balance volume is, that was the on-balance volume is really good. A little overbought, but holding beautifully. Yes, I think this will make a D. And so many of things when I was looking at the whole area of clothing in various companies, various shops, etc. Over the weekend, I'm talking about the charts, I found that there's buying going out. I mean, I know there's a lot of negativity, and I know a lot of people are talking about shorts, but I think people are buying. I think that there's a lot of buying going. If you're looking at some of the areas that give you clues to it, I think that there's buying, and this is acting very well. And it's broken the falling axe formation in the monthly chart. TPR is a symbol trading down 12 cents at 43.50. Remember, this is just that rotation. It was the spectacular winner going from the 36s to the 44s. Now it needs a bit of a breather. Fine. It should go to a D, and then we can continue resting maybe a little bit. It may be a chunk of the move right in this particular phase is over, because now you're looking at Shopify. Look at that huge move, up 6.9% at 43.6. We have one in this category that is up today, about up 3.5 or 4%. This is the area that you're looking at, the very oversold areas. Okay, so TPR acting well. W is another one I'd mentioned last week. Look at that move, up 22%, up 10 at 57. Oh, man, did we have this once? I thought I'd put that in once. WW. Oh, I didn't. I kept talking about it, and we didn't get in the 30s. And now it's at 57. What a spectacular percentage move. Don't even look at the monthly chart, but look at this. It's only a leg B in the weekly. Wayfair. Wayfair is furniture, lighting, cookware, online, etc. Now, although they do have stores, I think they've closed a lot of their stores. Yeah, this is very interesting. Next question was just a statement here. Fuel cell, we had it the other day, just very briefly, got a tiny loss in it when it suddenly pulled back, but it hit that resistance level we were talking about. It's up 22 cents at 358, up 6.3%. Fabulous move. Yes, Dan, you've been really right on with this particular stock. Congratulations. Next thing we're looking at here is advanced micro devices. Remember, I spoke about the semiconductors a moment ago, doing fabulously. Advanced micro devices in leg D in the daily chart. And I would have to say that this is so important that you get NVIDIA, you get all of these stocks moving well in this phase. NVIDIA leg E, it hasn't got to leg C in the weekly chart, but the SMHs are moving very well. We've liked the area a lot, talking about it as a very important component of the general market. We're looking also at, where did we go? Rochelle said AEHR in our YouTube crew out there. This is peak A, peak B, peak C, leg D. Oh my, look, all-time highs. What the heck? AEHR is AEHR Test Systems. I wonder if this is in the semiconductor area. Let me just see. AEHR does, question mark. Yeah, I know that. Receives 1 million order for Fox XP test and burn-in systems to support production of silicon carbide power devices for electric vehicles. Oh my, excellent. Oh, I saw this recently and I forgot to look at what it did. AEHR, very nice. Congratulations, Rochelle. Oh, in the den as well, we've got someone who mentioned it. Who was that? Was it GS Mike? It was mentioned as well. Yes. Another doing really well. Okay, so that's good. So now what we're looking at is question came in. Oh, MP. MP is, I should remember this one. MP materials. I think I can't remember what materials though. Yes, it's doing nicely. It's at 30.55, up 34. This one needs a lot more work. A, B, just about to get to C. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just talking about the monthly and weekly charts. Just wow, it just needs so much to break out. So yes, I don't dislike it. What I'm saying is, if you're talking about channels, there's a particular format that I look at in terms of the channels. If I draw this in as a straight line, look how many times it touched the moving averages, and then I click to make it a parallel line. You can all do this. Everybody has a parallel click for trend lines. Look at that. That was slightly higher, so I can move it up a little bit to there, to that low, and that low, and that low. And that says, hey, it's holding, but it really isn't showing tremendous strength. Once it starts to trade in the 37 area, it's at 30 right now, so that's 20% higher. Once it starts to trade there, you've reversed course, and you've said everything on the left was for the downside. Now you're starting to see higher highs and higher lows. I'm just saying, yes, it's acting well. I wouldn't say get out of it. I'm just saying it's got a lot of work to do. It's still got 32 to get to the 200 period moving average. It hasn't been there since back in November, December. So, okay, we've got those out the way. I wrote something down. Of course, I can't read it because I wrote it so quickly. I got that. Oh, Tesla. TSLA, Tesla. And you remember last week what I was saying is that I think the tremendous downside move in Tesla, most of it has been achieved. Now you're going to get a counter trend bounce, and where it stops is going to tell you, is there now another leg down to come, or is that pretty much it for building a base? Not to say that it's going to go much higher, but is the 101 area very, very good support? And I'm going to suggest to you that out of the whole smorgasbord of market participants, Tesla is still the most vulnerable, and that I would treat any upside action purely as a trade, not yet, until I see that he's doing very well. If he does, I don't go to Twitter, so I have no clue. But if I start to read that he's doing much better on Twitter and he can go back to focusing on Tesla, I think that's when you can see a big change come about. Okay, next question came in was VICI. Vici Veni Voci. Let's see, VICI. I'm getting to it right now as the break comes. VICI. You know, I think I typed this in recently. Yes, I did. Okay, I've done work on this before. It's trading at 33.78, and it is Vici Properties, Inc. Oh, I'm going to look at this because I want to see what's going on in the property market right now in terms of, this is obviously, I think it's a REIT. I shouldn't say obviously. I'll be back in a moment.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Although, just in terms of chart patterns, remember we were looking at gold and I said this expanding wedge formation. You can read umpteen books and there's just a bunch of conflicting things, and most of the time they say, oh, if you've got the wedge formation, you can break to the upside. I say no. What happens, think of it almost as if, remember there's a technique that I use going back from way back to 1987 when I was still partially hand charting, and 86 I think it was, hand charting and doing computer, because the Mac came out and I was able to put charts on the Mac. And I remember I had this person, I was showing him Chapman wave, etc. And I said, oh, wait a minute, look at this. You've got a pattern here that looks like an arse, it looks like a stalk. You've got the long leg, and then it goes sideways, but it has to be, it looks like an oval pattern, and then it breaks to the upside, and then comes back again. So this has the potential to be the same thing, the ostrich, the oval pattern for the body of the ostrich. And this is, you can go a little higher, but you're probably going to come back into the body. You could start an alternate account, but you don't have to do that. Just think of the pattern itself. So this is Queb, which is the Crane Shares China Internet, I believe. Done, just when you talk about extremely well, that's really putting it mildly. It had a low back in October, was it November, October? No, it was 11, the week of the 11th at 20.81. It's trading right now at 35.21. I mean, that's fabulous. So look at the monthly. Don't even look at the monthly chart. That'll make you sick. But look at this, how beautifully it's done. And I had a Chapman wave inside wedge target resistance line for the pattern that goes from an H to a cup formation, saying that this is the week right here. This is the week that it should try for the highs of the 18th and 11th of February of this past year of 38.70 to 38.90. Here it is at 35.24, struggling a little bit. So it's done everything that it should in this particular formation. So I think it could take a bit of a breather, but it's really good. I would not say anything to just shorting or anything like that. I'm just saying, if you're asking me about it, take a little bit off for money management, but be prepared to put that back if it doesn't take out in the next 2 weeks. If it doesn't take out 33.31, the low of the 18th of January, that'll negate this pattern altogether. It should have one pop to the upside towards the 35.50s and then come back in to this range, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so there are a couple of things, other things that are going on here. I did that. I haven't looked at Win. For some reason, in all the years, I remember just once we shorted Las Vegas Sands. It was like 15 years ago, and that worked out well. But other than that, I don't think we've ever gone into. I don't know whether it is. I just don't have a good feeling for the. Even though I'm just looking at charts for the I suppose you can call them gambling stocks, but they really do other things as well. I don't have a feel for it. That's all. Like, oh, what else can I say? So this has gone to a D and an E in the weekly chart, pulls back, makes the dreaded H pattern, successful one. There's your arch formation, the one we just saw in Queb, same sort of thing. And then it turns into a beautiful cup formation as it starts to move to the upside. And what do we have? We have a close above the arch high. So it's gone a brand new peak, A, peak B, and this is leg C, probably just making right now as we talk almost a leg D. I think it's just missed it by a penny or two. There's your daily chart. The high was on the 13th of January, 100.39. Today's high is 147. It's just made. Let me do that right now so you can see what I'm talking about in the Chapman methodology, because so many of you use it, and you know that you use what you use and you don't use what you don't use. It's no obligation at all. You know, if it helps you, it helps you. That's the most important thing. So here's your C, and I believe there's your D. Yep, there it is. And there's your, oops, put the D on top. Right there. There's your D. So that's very nice, and it's a leg A in the monthly chart, and this is Win Resorts. So, you know, it has both the gambling component, plus it's in a resort. So I think it's doing very, very well. Yes. So I'll do a little work on these. I don't know why I've ever not. I mean, they have fat when they are on a run. I mean, look, it goes from the 50s to the 90s. I would say an almost double. That's pretty admirable. Going from the 40s, in fact, it has doubled to the 99 level that it's at right now, way back in June. So this is really good. Okay, I'm not going to ignore those again. I'm going to put them on my list. Question came up. Where was it? Question came up. PCT, rare earth. I could go into this whole thing with the rare earths and the EVs, etc. I'm not prepared to do that right now. This is a fantastic range of going from the 5s to the 9s right now. Talk about, this is what I'm saying for subscribers to my opening call. If we have something in the same category, but it's way low priced, like let's say a brokerage, instead of going for the III or something much heavier, you can just choose one of the low price ones if they're going to move in the same proportion. So this is very good. It's in leg C, PCT. Yes, I love this when I read about it. Pure Cycle Tech, it does recycled contaminants. All right, let's go to our caller. We've got on the line, am I getting there? Am I getting there? Am I getting there? Philip in San Juan. Philip, how are you?
How's it going, Basil?
Very good. So you are looking at SPI, right?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Okay, so SPI, we looked at this recently, and was on its way up. And I said that this is not for the faint of heart, but it's acting so well. And it made a peak B, and it stalled just for 3 sessions. The 1.94 level is the 200-period exponential moving average. That would be my target on the very short term. If it does that in leg C, folks, we're looking at SPI. I forgot to type in. It's SPI Energy Company, acting really well. Don't look at the monthly chart, because that once hit 45 and just in the same month came tumbling back down to the 5s. So yes, I do. Are you still in it?
I'm here. I'm taking down these levels. I appreciate the information, Basil. Go on.
So you had got in at the 1.18 or something level. What level did you get in?
Well, I buy it every day when it was under $1. I stopped buying around, I think, 110, 112.
And now you're just sitting.
So I'm going to start taking some off pretty soon. It looks like it wants to run a little more.
Yes.
You know, you got to be careful with these, as you know, Basil, because I'm notorious for leaving large amounts on the table. I'm starting to let them run a little more.
So can I say to you this? If you're using the Chapman methodology, and maybe you don't, but I'm just saying, there's a very simple technique, and have a look at the video when you get a chance. I don't know if you can see it right now, but I try to identify the low bar, and then I count each successively higher bar. When it goes from a buy signal and gets upgraded, because the stochastic's over 80%, in this case it's 91%, and the MACD's running, and the price is running, it gets upgraded to a buy mode with a really good chance of going to a D, 4 higher peaks. And that says to me that in this particular instance, at peak B, it just might break before, yes, at peak B right now, it just needs another penny, I think. What does it do? Yeah, 165, 186 was the high 4 sessions ago. Today's high is 185. It needs 2 sessions above 185. It needs 187 to get to leg C. The closer it gets to 190, I would say take a little off.
Are you grinding in the market, but seeing little to no return? Or are you a successful trader, simply looking to make your job a little easier? Learn to take the path of least resistance with David White's powerful trading newsletter. David White is an accomplished trader whose deep understanding of technology and the markets allows him to consistently find and share winning trades. Support and resistance define the ranges in which stocks trade. By understanding these trading ranges, David White is able to find the path of least resistance. David White's trading newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, is delivered daily before the markets open to make every trading day an easy win. Visit TFNN.com today and subscribe to David White's Ultimate Trading Newsletter for $119 a month. And try all of our newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Take the path of least resistance at TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of questions came in. So FUTU is Futu Holdings. Yeah, this is filling a huge gap that we're still on the call with, I forgot. We've got our caller and you're still there, Phil? Okay, so what I wanted to say is I would hold on to your SPI, and I would start to take a little bit off. In fact, as it goes a little high into it's a 185 is the high today. If it can go to from 187, take a little bit off, and that'll start leg C. But I still expect a pullback, and then a leg D. My target is the 194 200 period exponential moving average. Give a call. Let's see what happens if it can get there, okay? Well, I hope that helps you. So folks, let's go on. So I just want to clarify, yes, PCT, the MP is the rare earth. The PCT is different. PCT was, let me just give you this again. Oh, no, I shouldn't have done that. It was a mistake. Let's see if I've been able to correct it. PCT. Yeah, that's recycles contaminants. This is the exact opposite. It's a recycler. So I like it. It's in a leg E. It's a little overextended right now in the short term. It's at 947. I think the 890 to 870 area is probably good support, and that's where I would look at it. Question came in about where was it? Yes, I didn't get to this. Mara. This is part of the Marathon Digital Holdings. This goes with the GBTC, with the Bitcoin. Same thing. Bitcoin's. Oh, look, Bitcoin almost looks like. Wonder if they're related with our SPI, the stock we were looking at before. They're acting exactly the same. So that's got a leg B, peak B, and I think GBTC. Let me go back to Mara for a moment. Yeah, Mara should go above an 8.86 at 8.87 as far as leg C. I'll be back tomorrow. Check out my opening call, my daily newsletter. We've got some nice positions here. Have a wonderful day. Stay tuned for Steve Rhodes.